Hi artists! Today we are going to add the cool colors to our night sky. So I have blue and purple and green, any of those colors. You can kind of mix those colors together and make different colors. And when I add the water to my brush and go over my crayon, because I pushed really hard with my crayon, it's going to leave those yellow, those warm colors alone and just kind of paint the white of the paper around it. Now, just like Van Gogh, I can swirl my brush around, but I'm trying to fill in the white space with the cool colors so that I have lots of dark sky. And you can kind of keep swirling layer after layer until it builds up and makes it look more like a dark night sky. Can paint circles around the moon and circles around my stars. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a little bit on each star and then I'll go back. Maybe I'll put a little bit of purple around each star, and then I'll put a little bit of blue around each star. And if I leave space and allow the blue to dry and the purple to dry, then when I add my next layer, they won't like bleed together and mix, so that I can still see. That's one thing about Van Gogh's artwork, is that you could very clearly see the brush marks and the fact that he swirled his brush in curvy lines. So notice I'm not painting like this. I'm not like just filling in the whole space. I'm trying to paint so that I'm like following that, almost like a treasure map. Like these little dots that I made, this dotted line is like a treasure map. And I want to follow those curves, the direction of those dotted lines that I made, and swirl around until I fill in all my night sky. If I add more water, it'll create that resist. But it shouldn't just look like all blue, like one big blue sky. It should look like lots of texture. Van Gogh had texture, and I should see the individual colors. Like if I just paint my brush quickly over one of the crayon lines, it should resist. But if I would keep painting like back and forth over top of it, eventually, the paint would win and layer over top of it. So what you want to do is just go over the spot once and then let it be. Find a new spot. Every time I'm looking for a new white space that I haven't covered, and then slowly over time, all of the white space is covered and it looks like a night sky instead of a morning sky. And if you mix the blue and the green, you'll get a nice teal. And if you mix the purple and the blue, you'll get an indigo. If you mix purple and green, you kind of get like this grayish, dark hunter green color. So keep filling it in until it looks pretty dark, till there's like almost no white space. There might be a little bit of white space in between my layers, or like I'm gonna leave the white space around the moon so that it looks like it's glowing. Any variation of like circles or swirls. I should be able to see circles and swirls when I look at your artwork. So see how if I build up the stripes and I separate the paint colors and I allow them to dry, then they won't like bleed together. So it's almost like stripes. I'm really building it up. Painting a stripe and then letting it go, don't over paint. See how it's looking more and more like very blue, very dark, like the night sky. So I'm playing like trying to find all the white space. See if there's any white space that I left that I can keep filling in. Until it's all swirly. See how it kind of looks like it's moving? It just has this like crazy energy about it, which makes it so like mysterious and captivating to look at. I just really enjoy it. And you can find, there are so many Starry Night references in different books. Sometimes even in movies or books, like if there's a night sky sometimes in a book and you notice that it has a lot of like circles and swirls in the sky, that is all thanks to Mr. Vincent van Gogh and his beautiful Starry Night. Many authors and illustrators learned about his artwork and include them in their book illustrations. So I hope you had fun painting this project. If you had some paint, it's one of my favorite projects. All right, great job, artists.